Somalia heads to the polls on February the 8th to elect a new president. 23 candidates are eyeing the hotly contested seat. The Presidential Election Committee says strict procedures on balloting have been put in place to minimize the risks of rigging.
Ballot boxes are printed in the room that we are all in. They are not going to be printed outside. They are going to be printed exactly equal to the number of the parliamentarians present. They will be there, and then people will be called, they will take one. Once everybody voted, there should be no balance of papers. That is one way of ensuring that there are no other papers lying around.
The elections have been postponed 4 times in the past, mainly due to corruption allegations. This time round, the election committee says the process will be above board.
It will be credible, it will be transparent. We will make sure that people are elected in a manner that is in line with that. And I absolutely have no reason to believe that, to believe otherwise.
A 329-member parliament will vote for the president. The elections will draw the curtains on an electoral process that began in October 2016.
Somalia is not the only country where president is elected by none other than the parliament. I would also say that the parliament electing the president is elected by the public. And so we are representatives. The parliament is representatives of the public. We are listening to them. We have been sworn. We have given an undertaking, a commitment that we will do our best to select the best on their behalf.
The newly elected president will be installed immediately after the announcement of the final results. The successful completion of Wednesday's presidential elections will be a key determinant of Somalia's political stability and its path to universal suffrage in the year 2020. Susan Mongeli, CGTN.
And we can now get more details on that development from Abdirahman Beileh in Mogadishu. Abdulaziz, after numerous cancellations, it does appear now that Somalia will finally hold its presidential election this Wednesday. What do we know about the preparations, and is the country really ready for that election?
Well, Beatrice, the public here are of the view that the process has to be conducted on 8th of February and that there should be no delays to the presidential poll that's now planned for the 8th of February. As you've said, there have been numerous cancellations. This is a process that has been forthcoming for almost 6 months. The initial date for the presidential vote was set for September 10th, and due to concerns from the Electoral Commission, due to the concerns from the MP selection process, the clan differences in the Senate election has led this process to delay for almost 6 months. So now eventually the process will take place here in the capital Mogadishu on the 8th of February. Members of Parliament 329 from both the Senate and the lower house will pick Somalia's next president. A total of 24 candidates will be eyeing the country's top seat, among them the current president and his prime minister, and also a former president and another former prime minister, who are seen as some of the front runners in these ongoing elections. So they've come to Parliament to issue their agenda under what they will do once elected into office. And also right now there is a live TV debate ongoing between the candidates who are answering questions from the public on what exactly they will do different from the current administration right now, Beatrice.
Well, Abdulaziz, we have been receiving reports, or there are continuous reports of the Al-Shabaab threat there in Somalia. Is the threat posed by the group still a big concern ahead of and during the presidential election?
Well, that's the main topic of concern here in the capital, and candidate after candidate, once they went to the podium to address the members of parliament, the one topic that they addressed that they're going to tackle once they take office is the issue of security and the issue of Al-Shabaab. Now, over the past couple of months, we've seen the militant group step up its attacks here in the capital and also beyond the capital. It's been able to attack key government installations using truck bombs, and it has also been able to overrun Somali and African Union bases. So overall, the Al-Shabaab poses a general security here in Somalia. Authorities here are saying that they have increased security measures here in the capital. They've heightened security ahead of the election. The election venue is yet to be decided due to safety concerns as of yet, Beatrice. But what we have been able to learn is that there's been increased security in the capital. Concrete blasts have been erected along key roads. There have been road bumps erected also to curtail the speed of the trucks. And also on Wednesday and Thursday, there will be a complete lockdown, and also Tuesday, a complete lockdown of the capital. Vehicles will not be allowed to pass through key strategic roads here in the capital as part of the security measures. So then again, the Al-Shabaab has branded these elections as illegitimate, and they have vowed that they are going to disrupt these polls, Beatrice.
So you have mentioned security as being of key concern to all the leaders and whichever leader is picked on Wednesday. But what kind of leader, though, is being expected by the Somali people? And what are the likely issues apart from security that the citizens would want addressed?
Well, Beatrice, we've been talking to the members of the public on what exactly they are eyeing on the next president, what they want them to tackle. Other than security, that is, of course, the general issue of concern here in the country, is the issue of unity and also reconciliation. Somalia is emerging from decades-long conflict, and these conflicts more of so are related on clan basis. So what the public actually are expecting is a leader, a head of state, who is going to have a grassroots reconciliation process that will take place not just at the federal level, not just at the regional level, but at the local and the extreme local level on the grassroots, so that the distrust between clans can be able to end, so that Somalia can emerge and work as one and be able to forge a unity path here and address the challenges that's facing Somalia. And also one thing that they are saying is that the country has been divided into federal states. What they want is a unified federal system of governance. So we understand there are some regional states that are actually missing from the Somali political arena, like Somaliland. That this is a region in Somalia that has declared autonomy, it has declared independence, it has its own president, and what the public actually want is a unified Somalia. They want a leader who is going to talk to the Somaliland authorities and bring them back to the fold, so that Somalia can work as a unified state. And also what they're talking about is a strong leader who can be able to secure Somalia's borders, and not just the land, and also the maritime border, Beatrice.
Right, Abdulaziz Beileh for us there in Mogadishu on the upcoming Somali presidential election.